In this video, I'm going to show you some of the really cool stuff that NASA.gov has on it. Check it out. So if you haven't seen my video on NASA Worldview, where you can visualize the data that NASA's collected with its satellites, definitely check that out. But NASA.gov, the normal website, not just Worldview, has a lot of really good information as well, especially if you're interested in spaceflight. If you don't know why you should be interested in space, there is a section. This is NASA.gov. If you go to Benefits to You, there is a section. This talks all about the benefits of space travel to you. NASA Home and City, new interactive website, traces space back to you. So if we click on that, well, there's a video, and I won't be playing that. It says water filtration systems in your home date back to the Apollo era. Durable wind turbines were designed with Mars in mind. NASA spacesuits and firefighter gear use a similar fabric. And it talks about a bunch of things that we created for space travel or learned through space, or innovations that we came up with in order to travel further in space that have helped us right here on Earth. Maybe you've had astronaut ice cream. That's always fun. On NASA.gov, they have these main categories. They have missions, and this talks about a lot of different missions. The number one, well, I guess there isn't really a number one. There's a lot of really cool missions on here that you can learn about. You can learn about the rovers. So maybe you want to learn about Curiosity, the Mars rover. This goes in here and it shows you what the rover looks like. This is a remote control vehicle that we've sent to Mars. We've never been to Mars as a human being, but we've sent things there and we remotely control them. If you've seen on Google Earth, maybe you haven't, maybe I need to show that to you. On Google Earth, what we can do is we can actually go through the images that these rovers have taken. So if you go here, instead of looking at the Earth, what we can do is we can click up here and we can switch it to Mars. You can choose the moon as well, and then sky. You'll see there are lines all over here. Mars doesn't have lines on it like that. What that is those are higher resolution photos that we've taken with passing satellites or some sort of craft. If we look up rover on here, it should give us a list of the rovers, and if we click on one of them, it will bring us to where the rover is. And then just like anywhere else on Google Earth, hopefully we can get a 360 here, otherwise I'll grab another one. Let's open this up. All right, cool. So you can say fly into this high resolution photo. And so what you're doing is you're going into a 360-degree photo that the Mars Pathfinder, I believe that's the one I chose, has taken. And it does take a little bit to load, but you'll be able to see a decently high resolution. Here are the satellite dishes for the Pathfinder. You don't see the entire thing because the camera does take up some visual space, but you can see what it looks like. There's another one with the tire tracks there. I don't know what that one's called. Put it in the comments below if you know. You can look at a bunch of the different missions. You can go through galleries. They have images of the day or image galleries. They have a lot of videos. So let me show you the image galleries and videos. The images are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the nice thing is they give a description. This says this composite of the Crab Nebula was made with data from the Chandra X-ray Observatory, blue and white, Hubble Space Telescope, purple, and Spitzer Space Telescope, pink. So this is data that's been collected. They put it together and created this image. This is not just a picture, right? We don't just see these things in space. We use special things to receive information, and then we can put it together into something visual that we can picture. They have all these beautiful, absolutely beautiful pictures. They have a bunch of videos. This is we are going to the moon to stay by 2024. This is how. So you can learn about that. How NASA's deep space atomic clock could be the what? We don't know. We'll have to hit play on that one. Let's see. Could be the next space GPS.
How do we navigate through space?
So GPS, global positioning system, those are satellites up in space. Your phone has a GPS receiver, and it's able to find a bunch of them up there in the sky, and it can figure out where it is based on where those satellites are. Looks like the Deep Space Atomic Clock could be the new GPS. I'm guessing for things flying through space, helping them to figure out where they are. Lots of really, really interesting videos on there. You can then go to NASA TV. They actually have, it's not, I don't think it's on any cable stations, but they have an ongoing NASA TV. Now I know I can add this on Kodi. You could add, I'm sure it's probably on YouTube as well, but you're able to, and this is hosted on NASA, so maybe it's not on YouTube, but it's always playing. So if you're ever interested in learning something random about NASA, spaceflight, history, it's got it right there. Very, very cool. You can follow NASA, obviously. There are certain downloads. They have podcasts and ebooks and apps, and some of the apps are pretty cool. If we go there, you can see, I guess there's just the NASA app. There's some interactive apps. I really like here, though, going to NASA audiences for students. So if you are a student, you can choose, and I have my students do this. So if you're my student, you're going here, right? NASA audiences for students. And then what I want you to do, I want you to find your age. All right. So for students, grade 5 through 8. If you're older, do that. Higher education, whatever you'd like. Is there another one? NASA Kids Club is pretty cool. I'm going to open that up. And then I'll open up 5 through 8 because that's the age I teach. So if we're in NASA Kids Club, there are some interactive things that you can play with. Rover on the Mars, test your driving skills. Kids Club picture show. Join me in the clubhouse. Does anyone know why they have this thing around space stations and especially science fiction movies? Reason why is there's no gravity in space. And if I'm in space for a long, long time, my muscles start fatiguing. And if I can live in an area that's always spinning because of this centrifugal force, that's like if you spin really fast in a chair and you put your arms out, pull them back in, you can feel that force pulling you out. You can actually, it's almost like having gravity. If you've seen the movie The Martian, really, really, really good example of that, as well as Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey, but that one's older, so maybe you haven't seen that. A lot of cool things to do here in the NASA Kids Club. If you're a little bit older, obviously those activities are fun as well. There are 5 through 8, so 5th grade through 8th grade students. Lots of things that you might be interested in figuring out. I don't know if you know this, but we're planning on a mission to the moon, and then we're planning on a mission to Mars. To talk about the Mars mission, though, I'm going to be talking about something called SpaceX. I've talked about Tesla before. The Elon Musk, who owns Tesla, I guess I don't know what his position there is anymore because it's public, but he is also heavily involved with SpaceX, and they do a lot of missions to space. They resupply the International Space Station, which you could figure out more information right here. The International Space Station is this space station above the Earth, and you can actually, there are live videos from the International Space Station right here, live Earth views. So if I click on this, now this isn't going to be live for you because this is live right now. It says high definition Earth viewing system. So if I hit play on here, this is actually a live view from the International Space Station right now. Now there might be a couple second delay, but this is what the Earth looks like right now for the scientists that are living and working on the International Space Station. Very, very, very cool that we can see that live. It shows us exactly where it is. Typically, I think that camera is pointing backwards. Let's see. Maybe it's pointing forward, so I'd imagine it's pointing in this direction. Here's another view. Might have to hit play on that one. Oh, these are highlights. Absolutely amazing that we can see something like that live, right? Very, very cool resources. If you're my student, please check out these resources, and then you need to answer the questions on the assignment that I've assigned you. You'll find those answers within this website. And then your next job will be to give a tour of the NASA website based on a few of the things that you found interesting. If you are not one of my students, just enjoy it. Check it out, and then come back and check out my SpaceX video. I'll give you some cool information about them. So go ahead and learn. Have a great day.